go-to starting exercise series when I'm working with a gymnast who has limited flexibility while reaching overhead. A lot of times I'll see gymnasts have tightness overhead, so to compensate for that, they'll arch their back to be able to reach that full position overhead. But what that does is compromise their technique and their efficiency when blocking overhead or trying to perform any handstand-based skills. What you'll notice is we're going to be targeting this lat muscle here. This muscle is one that gymnasts are frequently using when they're doing any kind of pull-down motions, whether it's the rope climbs, pull-ups, kipping motions, anytime their arms are getting pulled down to raise their body up. But what doesn't happen in gymnastics is this muscle is not very frequently stretched. So I'm going to give you my go-to series here. What I like to do to start is to loosen up the muscle first by doing some foam rolling. I'll find the lat muscle here and then roll back and forth along the muscle. I like to do this first just to generally decrease tension in the muscle before we go into the stretches. I usually spend about a minute there, and then for the lat stretch, what we'll do is go on our hands and knees, and then we're going to round our back towards the ceiling. Then we're going to stretch one arm out and turn it towards the ceiling, your palm, and then while maintaining this hollow, sit on back. What you'll notice, if you can maintain a hollow, is you'll feel a big stretch in the muscle right here, which is that lat muscle which we're trying to target. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. What we typically see in gymnastics for this stretch is that overhead stretch here. But when we arch the back, yes, we stretch the top of the shoulder joint, but we miss the muscle that typically is the limiting factor for most gymnasts. Then what you'll do is an active stretch where you grab a block or a bench. You'll grab a small stick and have your elbows placed on the edge of the bench. And then with your arms parallel to each other, round your back and then sit back onto your heels and repeat. Again, this whole time, making sure you're staying very hollow so that the force gets directed to the shoulders and not into the upper back or lower back. The last stretch we'll do is a weighted lower down to help strengthen those muscles, but then also lengthen them, where you grab a bench or a block. You'll grab a dumbbell of about 8 to 10 pounds, and with your palms facing each other, you'll go into a tuck shape, reach towards the ceiling, and then lower down slow. You want to hold at the bottom for 2 seconds